Hi everyone, Raider Dashing Womble here. Hope everyone had a great Sunday. Hopefully all the dashers and other gig workers, delivery drivers earned a few quid and enough to pay the bills, etc. And hopefully all the customers got their food as they wanted. Excuse me. Well, blimey, what a night. Actually, I did start a tad earlier than usual, but later than when the game had started. We're stuck in some traffic. We went out to get a late lunch, dinner, whatever it was, over at Chelly's over there on 85th and Warnell. And had intended to go out earlier, but it just didn't happen. I was so tired from the last couple of days of being up so late doing door dashing till like being 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Jeez. So anyway, just got started about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Anyway, got stuck in some traffic coming back from Chelly's, I guess, maybe Raytown Road, I think it was. It was all blocked off, I think there was a car off the road or something. My wife looked up that way. I was too busy watching the traffic. Anyway, although it's carried on all the way down there was traffic all the way down the road, so maybe Raytown Road is used a lot more than I thought. But anyway, did get into doing some dashing, got the old van all cleaned up, gave that a bath yet again, and then gave it a hoover out. Start off with a nice clean van because it got covered in leaves inside of it Saturday night. Because the leaves were blowing everywhere. If it been seen anywhere I was delivering, there was just piles and piles of leaves to trudge through. And of course, by the time I got to the van, they were on my boots and landed in the van. Anyway, over that. But yeah, I mean, grief. I feel like I've delivered, I don't know how many pizzas yesterday. Lots of pizzas, lots of sushi, several Taco Bells, Noodles and Company, good grief. I had one from Noodles and Company. Well, I tell you what, no, Wingstop. I had one from Wingstop. That was my first job. Done I think it was like a $7.5 order. It was only going like about 2 miles up the road, if that. And delivered that one, came out, and it was just a straight road all the way there. Straight out of Wingstop, around the back of it, up Scruggs Road, deliver straight off of there. Came out of that one, Wingstop come up again. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll take that one. They were busy in there. There was people in there waiting when I first went in, a couple of blokes in there, and then I heard someone say my name and that. I was like looking around going, what? I didn't really recognise the other blokes that stood there, so I said hello to one of them who looked. I went, what? Turned out to be Winston. He stuck his head round the door, saw me, said hello, and then put his head back in because they were too busy vipping cooking. But he heard the door flipping ring a go and looked around, even though there was someone in the front there, but she was on the phone, I think. Anyway, anyhow, got my order and got on out of there. But yeah, I don't think they had as much staff as what they normally do there. So I imagine they were really busy today, or yesterday, because it was all that football game going on with the Chiefs and whoever else. But yeah, and then I got another order to go there, pick up from there, and when I got in there was more people waiting, and I went and sat my ass down and waited after they said it was still to be made. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Gosh, dude. Anyway, so sat down and waited, and then they came out with it, and they in a box. It was in a flat bottom box, flat bottomed. Anyhow, it was easier to carry. There was 3 big bags there, and I was like, oh, okay, that was a lot. Anyhow, I didn't have it. I could have taken it out and put it in the catering bag, but I just left it as is because it wasn't going far. I won't do it because it was baking hot anyway. It literally come out the kitchen. Anyhow, got that down to the address. I think it was like maybe $8 or something for it to be delivered. All right, and it was a leave at the door. Although I did knock on the door when I got there because it was starting to rain a little bit, and there was no porch or anything. Put it on the steps there, up on the on the porch there, but there was no roof to the porch. So anyway, I knocked on the door, and there was three bags in it, 3 fair size bags. But anyway, dropped those there, took a picture, got back to the van, hit confirmed order, and it went woof. Came up, I think it was like $24. Oh, that was nice. Thank you very much. But yeah, and I think what was it, $8? I think it booked it. I'd accepted it. Oh, it was nice surprise. Didn't do any catering orders today at all. I did expect to do some, but none at all. And I was beginning to think, well, blimey, but you know, we're doing some orders, but it wasn't as busy as what I'd expect it would have been. Maybe it had happened early, I don't know, but anyway, but ended up doing all right actually in the end. I mean, we kept going for the most part. Well, it really wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a Friday night like the Friday that we had a couple of days ago. I mean, Friday was nuts, and we kept on going and going. But today, I mean, picked up some double orders again. Done Pizza Hut, not the usual one. I hadn't even touched the usual one today. Ended up down the other one on Blue Parkway. For some reason or other, ended up working it for them for today, this evening. Done several for the Mint. Most of it was DoorDash. I mean, I did have Uber and Grubhub on. But Uber, I mean, they come out with some stupid ones, and there was a heck of a lot of Walmart stuff that I'm just not going to do that with Uber. Not at all. Anyway, I think it went off a couple of times on there. And Uber, I mean, with Uber Eats, excuse me, when you're driving down the road and an Uber Eats order comes in, or wherever you are, the little banner comes up the top of the screen here, right at the top of the screen, and it will stay there. And if you're on a job trying to find your way to somewhere and you want to read what bloody road you got to get off, it's at the top. Like if you're on DoorDash or Grubhub, etc. Grubhub, their map, the Google map, it comes up right at the top. So when when Uber Eats comes in, it comes at the top, right over the road that you need to turn on, to let me know how far it is or whatever. I mean, I can see it on the map anyway, but I still want to bloody know. So you flick it out, it comes back. Flick it out again. I mean, just go flick. Where is it? Just flick it out, and it comes back again. And it does that 3 times. And but any of the other apps that come in, like when DoorDash comes in or Grubhub comes in to let you know that there's an order, they go off. They comes in, you know that it's there. It sounds a little, whatever their sounds are, their little bells or whatever. It will come in, say there's an order, and then it goes off. But so you know that it's there. But bloody Uber Eats, it comes in and stays there. It's the most annoying thing. So most of the time I just turn it off. I hit it on tea break, but then it comes in, or coffee break, whatever the little icon is. So it pauses the darn thing from sending you any requests, any offers. But then it'll come in and say, oh, are you ready to start again? No, I bloody ain't, piss off. Oh, jeez. So anyway, most of the time I end up just switching it off, because lately it seems to be way too many Walmart orders with Uber Eats. So I can imagine that viewing Uber Eats might well be, or Walmart might be relieving Uber Eats of doing their deliveries sometime soon. But anyway, yes, I've done several of them. Did do some Grubhub orders, and I think they were both the mint. I can't quite remember now. I know one was a mint for sure. Yeah, I know one was the mint. I also did a Noodles and Company that went out to Raymore, a little bit out. I think that might have been the other Grubhub. Anyway, and that went out to Raymore, a little bit further out than I wanted to go, but it was later this evening. And I thought, I'll do it out there. Maybe we can get a Sonic or something. Pick up a Sonic while we're down there, or maybe just work a little bit down in the Greenwood area. Or maybe we'll even get something in Raymore. Not that I know it much in Raymore, but anyway, would have figured our way around there. Well, anyway, we've done this drop-off there, and then a Grubhub order comes up, and it's for Cracker Barrel. Oh, wow. I haven't done a Cracker Barrel pickup from many of them. I've heard of people picking up from Cracker Barrel, but I don't remember ever doing one. But this one was in Belton, so not too far away from where we'd actually dropped off. In fact, what it was, I looked earlier, when I took the picture of where I dropped off at in Raymore. You don't get the option to do that within the Grubhub app. So I always take it through the camera on the phone, because I want proof that it's dropped. And that I did that at 9:01, so I just checked that just before I did the video, started the video, because I wanted to have a look at how this all went down. So that was at 9:01. I took the picture. So by the time I would have got off back in the van and been blown back to the van, it's a very windy day today. Certainly this evening. Anyway, yeah, so by the time I would have got myself together and back in the van and blown all the leaves off of me, brushed all the leaves off of me, maybe a couple of minutes or 3. Anyhow, an order come in as I was driving down the road, and order to get out of there. An order comes in through Grubhub, pick up at Cracker Barrel in Belton. I'm not sure where it is. Actually, I'm not sure where I is, let alone where it is. Okay, we'll put the directions on. Anyhow, it was going just a little past Lee Summit, just off of Bannister Road. I can't quite remember, but it looked a safe enough area where we've delivered to before. And it was paying like nearly $19, and that would have took us back. I went, oof, yeah, I'll do that. Anyway, and it said to pick up by 9:15 at Cracker Barrel in Belton. So I put the thing on, the map on, because obviously I didn't know where I was going from there. And we went down, got to the Cracker Barrel. It weren't all that far away, to be fair. And I got there. There was some cars on the outside of there. And pulled up out there. And I was trying to figure my way around. It was a little bit different to other Cracker Barrels, in a slightly different way. And pulled up outside, jumped out to go open up the doors to go grab it. They're locked. That's a problem. But it said on the app, pick up by 9:15. Okay. Well, here's a bloody problem. Anyhow, so I ended up calling. I called from the app, called the Cracker Barrel, finally got through their automated thing for someone to answer within the building, and they said, "Oh no, we close at 9 o'clock. We can't let anyone in after 9 o'clock." I said, "Well, that's all right. I don't need to come in. Just get someone to bring it out to me." "No, we can't do that." "Well, why can't you do that? I've got an order to pick up. I'm here for Grubhub to pick up and take back to Kansas City." And I couldn't do anything about it. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't bring it out. I mean, all they had to do was come to the door, open up the door a little bit, hand it out to me, and they knew that I was there. I mean, I wasn't being obnoxious or anything, but I was certainly going to get that way, so I finally went, "Oh, fuck it." So I just went in on the Grubhub app, marking that the restaurant was closed. Had to take a picture of their hours. And bearing in mind, when I was stood out there trying to get in the building and also call them, it was windy. Oh, bloody hell was it windy. I was about flipping being blown away, especially through that little alley sort of covered porch or whatever that they got there. I mean, the wind was blowing through there. I was having problems trying to hear her, and she was me, whoever was on the other end of the phone. But I think that was a bit stupid, because if they've made that food, then they've wasted the food, unless one of them's taken it home, I don't know. And, there's going to be a pissed off customer. I done what I had to get there. And when I took a picture of their hours that was requested by through the Grubhub app, it was 9:15 when I took that picture. So I was there before. But it said on the door of Cracker Barrel. Now, I thought they closed at 10 all over. I don't know why I thought that. I just thought that they closed at 10 o'clock. But it says 9 o'clock. So if it says 9 o'clock on the door, why the hell does it say pick up by 9:15? And I didn't get the message till what? The offer didn't come through until maybe 9:05. And what's the point in sending the bloody offer over if the bloody restaurant's going to be shut? Anyhow, I didn't get compensated for it. I did make a drive out there. It wasn't that far. It was all strange area, especially in the dark. But anyway, I wasn't sure where that was. So, just sent it all to Grubhub. And thing on the map on the Grubhub app is I took a picture of it, I'm sure, and it says you don't make sure that you're not reporting a restaurant closed. Make sure that it is really closed. Yes, it's closed. Otherwise you can be put in, your contract could be terminated. Hell, you should be doing that to Cracker Barrel, because I done all I could to try and get that food to come out. I was there. I was there before the flipping time was to pick it up by. Whoever put that flipping stupid note in there, something needs to be happening on that, because that's just nuts. Pick up by 9:15 and then get there at before the time, but the restaurant is closed. Then call the restaurant to ask, you know, I'm here to pick up the order. Oh no, we can't open up the doors, then we can't let you in. Well, you don't have to let me in, just bloody well come to the door, hand it to me, and I can be on my way. But anyhow, so Cracker Barrel in Belton, you need to figure that out, because that's absolutely ridiculous. And Grubhub, I don't know what happened. And I'm sure there's a pissed off person who was waiting for their dinner to get to them, and unfortunately, I'm sorry mate, but I did all I could to get it. And I would have liked to have the order to go there. I mean, it wasn't that I didn't want the order, because that was going to bring me back to close to my area of Dashing. And yeah, I wanted to take that, because it was paying my way coming back, and some on top. But so that was a bit ridiculous in a way. I mean, somewhat I can see it from the staff at Cracker Barrel, because, well, they've done all their hours at the place, and they want to get on. But why say pick up by 9:15 when the restaurant closes at 9, and they won't even do anything about giving the order there, with the driver right there? I said to her on the phone, I says, it told me to pick up by 9:15. I'm here before. Why has it told me 9:15 when you won't open the door at 9:15? Anyhow, so I just came back empty on that. Didn't pick anything else from down there, I don't think. No, because we got back into Greenwood and done some other orders when we got back into town, but didn't done some Taco Bells and some McDonald's, McShite. But actually, you know what? I went to McShite on 291 on Langsford Road. I think it's more Langsford Road. It is the address, but it actually looks like it's more on the side of 291. Anyway, it's right on the corner, I suppose. But so we went in there, and we've seen this lady in there before, and older lady, and good grief, she puts a lot of young people to flipping shame. I don't like to presume I know how old she is, but she's not a younger lady, but she when we gets up there, I said, okay, you for DoorDash, she says, when I gets up there. Because, you know, I spoke to some bloody automated thing on the way in, that stupid order thing that you get at McShite anymore. And then all I ever tell it is just DoorDash. I just shout DoorDash at it. Then whoever's supposed to answer the flipping darn thing comes over and just tells you to go to the second window. Okay. Went through, and of course, when I get there to go to shout at the flipping order flipping the speaker thing, this bloody this Dodge Charger comes in at the next window, because it's the next order thing, and you can hear the darn thing rumbling. Oh, God. Stop revving it. bloody whoever it is can't hear me on the other end. Anyhow, so anyway, I get up the second window, and this lady, they say, I don't know her name, but anyway, we've seen her there before. And she says, oh, are you for the DoorDash? I said, yeah. And she says, oh, I do DoorDash too during the day. Holy crikey, you're working here all night? Yeah, I work nights. Wow. She says, I don't like to work during the night. She says, people don't put their lights on, and you can't always see their numbers. I said, well, glad it's not just me then. Because I had that problem too. But I showed him my torch. Showed him my trusty torch. And, or flashlight, whatever you all call it here. It's a torch for us. Anyway, oh yeah. So there was, she works a lot. I've seen her there before. Oh, she works an awful lot, that lady. But, anyway, went and dropped that off at wherever they, at the car park where they store all the, Ford trucks in Lee Summit there. So the guards were there. Well, security of some sort. I wouldn't think a heck of a lot of them as security, but whatever. Anyway, so drop that off at the silver car at the gate. As far as the flipping delivery instructions. Yeah, I've been there before, so it was a while ago. And then another order came in after he left there. An order came in for Taco Bell. Okay, down on Chipman. So I said, okay, I'll take that. I looked at where it was going. It was going to the Donovans, I think. And then another order came in on the way there, and that was pick up from McDonald's right next door to Taco Bell. It really was right next door. And that was going to the hospital for a patient at the hospital. Evidently they're not on a diet restriction. Or if they are, they're not doing too well at it. Anyway, although the food had changed, they said that the menu had changed at St. Luke's. And they didn't seem to be happy about that, but anyhow, the mashed potatoes were alright, so that was okay. But, so I was okay. Didn't matter about it. I didn't know what everyone else thought of it. My wife didn't seem to think the menu was that brilliant this time around either. And she should know. She's been in there 3 times this flipping year. Since June, apparently. Anyway, as an inmate, no, they look after everyone well at that hospital. But anyway, so I had to write to that lady out there, and because she wanted me to deliver it to her room. And I said, I can't do that. So I wrote to her and I said, I can't deliver it to your room. They closed the doors at 9 o'clock there, and I can't get in to do that. I have to get, if I go, I can go in through the emergency, but I've still got to get permission to go up there. Can't just go in and do a food delivery there, even though I know the way to get to it. But anyway, but so I just dropped it at the emergency room. I had a quick vip in, chatting back and forth with this woman. Obviously she was bored, so she was stuck in an hospital room, I suppose. I think it was a lady. I don't know who it was I was talking to. Not sure the name. It was an unfamiliar name. I'm not sure if it was a bloke or a lady that I was talking to, but anyway, and if she's watching, he or she is watching, excuse me, I don't know, then hope you get better soon. And hopefully you don't have to go back there again, because obviously you were peeved off about being there the second time round. But anyway, but yeah, so I got that one. I had to go deliver that to the emergency room desk, department desk. Told them all who it was for, so they were all happy. Dropped that off and took a picture of the window, and off I went. And again, when you go to the bloody emergency room, why in the hell is the bloody St. Luke's bloody security pickup truck right there in front of the emergency? Just opposite the doors on the other side, not right in front of the whipping doors, but right there. So there's only one room for one car to whipping pull up there. You have to pull up a little bit way. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that truck has to be there. I think there's some just lazy flipping type leaves it there. Just park the bloody thing up in the grass. No one cares. Just stick it in the grass. Tell it it's flipping arts. Tell them it's a bloody potted plant. Because every time my bloody will go there, this bloody great thing there, I don't know what it's a bloody fold or what, I don't care. It's in the way. Don't need to be there at all. Just bloody piece of crap, yeah, shite in the way. It's just, and it's right on the walkway too. So if anyone's walking from the car park, I didn't even think about that. If anyone's walking from the car park, that's right on the flipping brick road straight through and into the emergency. So that thing really shouldn't be there. Anyway, yeah, I know my way around that hospital far too much now. But, yeah, so like I said, it was a windy night. Oh, crikey. At one stage, I think it was when we were coming back from that fiasco at Cracker Barrel in Belton. We got back onto 150, got to the quick trip there, corner of 291 and 150, what I call the Greenwood Vipping quick trip, because it's right down the road, not too far from the Greenwood borderline. Anyway, got there, and I said to my wife, I think I want to get a hot drink, a warm drink. So I did. Anyway, so I went in, got a, what did I get? Oh, it don't say, does it? It's got a bit of pink on it or something. Must be breast cancer thing. Anyway, or cancer of some sort. Anyway, got that, but like I said, it was bloody windy at that time. It's really windy when I was down in Belton and that. But I got up to this quick trip, and I goes in, and I put me baseball hat on. I don't know why, I shouldn't have done that, because I should have expected trouble with that. Anyhow, so I was holding it on the way in. I was throwing some rubbish in the bin as well. So I was trying to keep the van somewhat tidy. And go in there, get this flipping drink and cut off, I think, a bottle of water or whatever. Come out and, oh my gosh. I was worrying about holding my hat on. I came out the door and I could see as I got to the glass doors there that there was a gust coming, saw the leaves and all that coming by. Oh crap, here we go again. So I walked out holding my hat on a bit, just trying to tighten it on a bit more. And then as I came out, this bloody great gust of wind come up. And I was worrying about my hat. I was holding on to that other drink. Blew the bloody lid off me flipping coffee. I mean, it sucked it right off, and that thing was on there solid, I thought. Spilled some on me flipping shirt. Damn it. Anyway, and Called for my wife to open the window, but she already had it on and was too busy laughing at me. And so I put my drink in there and gave her everything else, and then went back in and got another lid because the other one had gone. Jeez. Bloody wind, it just took it. And while I was stood there flipping, sat in the van being laughed at putting yet another flipping lid on me cup. The doors of the Quick Trip doors flipping opened up. Whoa. And they're not exactly light doors. This wind just picked it and just ripped them both open. Whoa. Crap. So it was, we had a few sprinkles of rain as well throughout the night, but it weren't a lot at all. In fact, I probably got more flipping water on the windows when I went through sprinklers that were going crazy. I don't know why people had their sprinklers on, but anyway, sprinklers were going crazy and blowing all over the place. When I did one delivery somewhere, got it all over the window as it came out. Jeez. But then it blew dry very quickly. But, very quickly. But yeah, it was an interesting night, I suppose. I somewhat went back again. I went to final Quick Trip stop on the way home. I was hanging around. I stopped at Taco Bell and got something to eat. Just something to end of the night something. Just fancied that. Well, actually I wanted something else, but ended up with Taco Bell. Sat and had that. Watched a bit of Pedro on YouTube. And then decided just to take a slow drive through everywhere. But by that time, I mean, we'd been kicked off at DoorDash, and the map was grey. And but I left it on. Just took a slow drive through the area just to see if it would light up again. It did when I was over at Woodchapel Road Quick Trip. And I did switch it on and did drive back that way because I turned it off again just to make sure and then switched it back on. It said it was very busy, but yeah, it weren't. It weren't at all. And everything was getting ready to close down, so but that stuff would go on. So anyway, 1:57 a.m. now, and I'm thinking that's it. The weekend was pretty good. Turned out pretty alright for us, monetary wise, I think, in the end. Like I said, I would have thought that even coming in at 4 o'clock, I still would have had a lot more flipping offers come through. I mean, there was offers, but it weren't not all. There was some really low ball offers that were absolutely ridiculous. So I never in touch those as usual, as really no one should. And but did all right from it. Did all right from what I did take. Being a cherry picker, I suppose, it paid off. And I don't know, I was watching Pedro earlier about all this acceptance rate stuff, and the higher your acceptance rate is, in other words, if you want to take every bloody order, even way too low offers, then your acceptance rate goes up. And apparently, like, the more acceptance rate that you get, the better the offers. Yeah, no. I think that's a complete load of flipping balls. Because we're getting, when I did get Top Dasher once. Honestly, I don't know how, but anyway. It was maybe the beginning of this year, or maybe no, I think it was sort of like sometime in the early part of this year, 22. But I don't think it really, it made a difference. I think it's a load of crap, to be fair. It just all depends on the last of the app, where you're at. Oh no, I don't even know if it's where you're at. I mean, catering orders. I mean, if I'm sat outside the Mint, then I can still get orders from Jackstack, etc. I think it's all a matter of how many drivers are on. If there's not that many drivers on, and you're probably maybe the closest that's not doing anything, or that doesn't have a stacked order to deal with, etc., whatever. It just all depends. And I don't think it matters whether you're a Top Dasher or not. I don't think. My acceptance rate went up to, I think, 35% over the weekend. And I don't think it's there now again. But it may be down to 20%. I don't know. I'll have to have a look in a bit. I'll put a picture of it up there somewhere. But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't think it makes a heck of a lot of difference, but maybe it just doesn't make a difference in our area, or I just haven't noticed. Generally, all I do is if the money's to miles ratio works, then I'll take it. Anything else, I don't care about. If it don't work on my time, my miles, monetary, how all that doesn't work out well, then I ain't doing it. Simple as that. If it's at a restaurant that takes too long, or has taken too long in the past, and has consistently taken too long, I don't want to know about it. Papa John's came in last night several times. Wasn't too bad of orders and prices. They were stacked orders, a couple of them, and then there was some single orders, and they weren't paying. They were paying a bit more than, than my minimum, and they would have been good, I suppose. But it was Papa John's, and Papa John's in Lee Summit has not been consistent lately. I've been down there a couple of times and turned it down when I've got into the restaurant. Nope. It's and bearing in mind it was in the middle of a Chiefs game, I just didn't want to do it. I mean, there's some places you just don't go. Buffalo Wild Wings is well on that vipping list. I've been in there a few times recently when it's not been a game, and I walked in and walked straight out again because the food has been there, or has been just a few minutes behind. But because of all the hassle that we've had before, going in there when there's a Chiefs game or some sort of sporting event going on, it's just been manic, and it's just not worth the time going now. I can't. Alright, let's see if I can end this video. So my iPhone was full. The storage was full. So now it's 2:30 a.m. nearly, 2:28. So yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I mean, there's just some places that I just don't go to. I don't even consider going to when there's a Chiefs game. Buffalo Wild Wings for one. Papa John's too now. Basically because you just can't trust them to do. They don't have a consistent staff that can keep up with it all. And if I go into Pizza Hut on Rice Road, for example, I can go in there anytime. Go in there on a Chiefs game. They're busy, but they can rip and knock it out. They are consistent all the time. Sometimes you have to wait 5 minutes. Sometimes you have to wait 10 minutes. But I don't mind it, because you can go in there and be on your way. As soon as you walk in there, they know that who I am in there, and probably know every other driver that goes in there. And they know it's a Dasher, and they'll, or Uber, or whoever else they deal with, and they get it done and get you on your way. The Mint do a heck of a lot of food, and hell of a lot of food. For a small family business, they are very consistent. So I can walk in there and it's done. It's either waiting there or it's just a few minutes wait. Wingstop in Lee Summit. I tell you, I hear all these stories about Wingstops around our area and other parts of the US through the various Facebook things, forums, DoorDash, Facebook, etc. And I've had my own experience with Wingstop with several other ones, locations within the area, and you can't compare Lee Summit Wingstop. Lee Summit Wingstop are right on it. They are the best that I know of the Wingstops. You can't beat them. With Winston being there, it just gets it all knocked out. It's really good manager there. And the staff are real good there too. But yeah, I mean, there's certain restaurants you just don't even have to question. Just go there, done. Jack Stack get really busy, or really busy, and you have to wait sometimes there too. Sometimes it's a bit longer than others, but for the most part, when I go to Jack Stack, it's normally a catering order most of the time nowadays anyway. Firebirds, you can wait there, but for the most part, they're pretty quick to deal with too. I mean, I can't think of any others at the moment. It's 2:32 in the morning. Good grief. Anyhow, I had to delete some messages and that from my phone. You get all these texts in your in the message system, and all these different pictures and videos or whatever that people send you, and wow, it fills up your storage in your phone. Plus, I still haven't finished the previous video, so this is going to be a fun thing to start editing it. That's the bad thing about doing it all on your iPhone. I thought there was plenty of storage in this thing. And I've got that 1 terabyte bloody iCloud thing. I don't know how comes it don't all go into that. I don't understand it. But anyway. Alright, anyway, enough. I've rabbited enough. So, alright, as usual, click the thumbs up button if you like the video. It all helps. Also, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, it all helps. It all helps the channel grow. I want to grow it and bring some new stuff to you. Bring some different content, etc. Maybe even get a video on the road one day, a ride along or whatever. That's really what my aim is, but I need another camera for that. So the more likes and subscribes I get, the more I get up there. Also, don't forget the 100th subscriber to the channel will get a free torch. And well, if you've not seen it already, it's the Vipertech taser torch, tactical LED taser torch, flashlight, whatever. I'll try to put a link below. Good grief. I need to just put that in there because I'm always talking about it. It's a bloody good torch. Anyway, alright, anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget, click the little bell icon too, and that'll warn you of the new videos when they come out. And also, if you like the video, you think it's got some good content in it, whatever, and send it off to someone else who can share it with someone else who can maybe benefit from it, or just someone that you want to think that can benefit from the entertainment. Or better still, I mean, if there's someone that you don't like and you want to try and torture them with my voice, then send it to them. I don't care. Maybe they'll subscribe. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a nice week, this upcoming week. And tomorrow, today, in about 6 hours, maybe 5.5, 6 hours, apparently it's going to start raining here in Kansas City and be a gusty day again. So I might not be out and about doing some door dashing, but I don't mind the rain so much in the daytime. I don't like it at night. The rain don't bother me. I come from the country where it's been rained a lot. I got used to the rain. That part don't bother me. Dodging the lightning, well, I'm not too impressed with that, except I can do strobe dances down people's driveways. And but yeah, I just don't like it when it's at night time and you've got all these newfangled LED lights now, which are really good if you're behind them and it helps you see. But when they're coming towards you and you've got the traffic lights above that are all LED now, brighter than anything, and it all reflects on the ground, it just drives me scatty at night. I just like reflections all over the place. I just don't want to deal with it. Plus, most people don't know the difference between slowing down when it gets wet, slowing down and being a bit more cautious. But that's why there's crashes, isn't it? Because there's always dipsticks about that think that they can do better than others when it's pissing down with rain, and they're the ones that slide off and hit some poor innocent bloke or person, which is where all the madness begins for people that are trying to be cautious, and some twit comes past in a bloody great pickup truck thinking they know it all. Anyway, alright, well, thanks anyway for watching, and cheers and ta-da.